गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. In electrical energy, there is no light. In bulb alone, there is no light. When the electrical energy flows through the bulb, the light is manifested. The light is useful, but doesn't mean it is real. What is real is electrical energy. But in that electrical energy, there is no light. See the riddle? If this principle is clear, in the same manner, consciousness, what we call awareness, in pure awareness or consciousness, there is no world, there are no problems. In absolute matter, there is no world, there are no problems. See? Suppose I die here. Don't worry, I am not going to leave so early. Suppose I die here. My body will have no problem. It will be your problem, isn't it? How to dispose of this fellow now? So in only body or matter, there are no problems. In pure consciousness, there are no problems. Now where are the problems then? See? To make this clear, let us analyze our own experience. Throughout our day's activities, we are non-stop suffering because of surfing, isn't it? We can't keep quiet. Non-stop suffering. And we get so tired of that suffering and surfing that we want to get out of the mess. So what do? We switch off. And what is the switching off? We disidentify from our gross body and enter an area of experience called as deep sleep. And when we are having a deep sleep, snoring away, producing sound for the world and sleep for ourselves. That's why they call it sound sleep, isn't it? The sleep which produces sound is called a sound sleep. So when we are going through the experience of sound sleep, that time we are neither man nor woman, neither rich nor poor, neither Indian nor Australian, see, neither husband nor wife. In short, in deep sleep, we are Mr. Nobody. We are not absent. We have the experience of absence. But we don't have our absence. We are present there. And in that period of deep sleep, when we are existing as Mr. Nobody, there are no problems. See? And when the problems begin, again the problems begin the moment we become somebody. Now if you observe, whenever we are disturbed, whenever we are worried, like many people come to us and ask this question, Swamiji, I am extremely disturbed, I don't know what happens. So, what the Swamis will do? Take this tablet and go to sleep. Isn't it? But that is not the way, that is not the solution. So, if we analyze that the thoughts are coming to us whenever we have become somebody, just be very, very careful. When I am sitting casually and I have become a husband, so what will be the theme? Wife. How because of her my life is miserable. How she is the sole cause of the tragedy in this universe. If there were no wives in this world, the world would have been better. And that is why wife means worries invited forever. Now this chain of thinking is born when and where? When I have become a husband. Now the husband is thinking in this way. Then I drop that husband and I become a father. When I become a father, then another line of thinking begins. How the children are useless. When we used to be young, when our dad used to come in our room, we used to get up and stand up and respect him. And if he has some work, we used to run to the other room. But now the things have changed. When my son comes in my room, I run away. I don't know what is happening today. One father has asked me this question in USA. Swamiji, I don't know what is happening these days. When we were back in Bombay, in India, when our father used to come to our room, we used to run to other room. We couldn't dare even sit before him, forget about talking to him. Now the other way around, when my son comes, now I run away to the other room. Why? What is this? So I said, you are born for running. First because of the father, now because of the son. Keep on running. So when I have become a father, the thought process will be of this kind. See, when I have become, let us say, a citizen of a particular country. So when I am an Indian, my thoughts will be oriented how other countries are bad and my country is the best. See? Now who is thinking? A citizen, an Indian. In short, the conclusion is, whenever we have become somebody, the thought process is initiated. Now what we are trying to do in our life is, we don't stop becoming. And we want the thought process to stop. It can never happen. See? And then we want to have some kind of solution. Then we go to non-conventional way of medicine. Now what is a non-conventional way of medicine? It is something like, you must have seen the tiger balm which comes from China. Have you heard of it? This one tiger balm is very famous, which comes from China. So if you have got terrible headache, you apply that pain balm, your headache is gone. Do you know why and how? Because when you apply that pain balm, your skin starts burning so much that your attention is diverted. Headache is there, but attention is to the burning. In the same manner, these non-conventional ways of solving the problem is like this. Changing your attention, but not solving your problem. So they will tell you, now you start doing yoga, and then you start doing pranayam, and then what will happen? You will be frustrated, and this is how your attention will be shifted from one problem to another newly created problem. Friends, all these techniques are like the painkillers in allopathy. You know what is a painkiller? Which kills you without pain. It doesn't cure you, isn't it? Painkillers are only reducing the intensity of pain. They do not touch the cause of pain. In the same manner, all the things that we do in our life are like painkillers without removing the basic cause. And when we do not attack the basic cause, what happens is we keep on thinking, worrying, and when we can no more take this load of thinking, either we take a pill, or we want a pillow, or we want some drugs, and in this manner our thinking faculty is made numb. And in that numbness of the thinking faculty, we feel relieved. How long? As long as the painkiller is present in the body, there is no pain. The moment the painkiller is thrown out of the system, again the pain comes. Therefore, take this painkiller 3 times a day, after every 8 hours, so that first dose effect is over, take second dose and maintain the level of disease in your body. Think. Therefore, friends, let us try to understand that which is gained through understanding is lasting. That which is gained through only the fluke or a chance has no lasting effect. Now, when consciousness can express through the body as mind, the body becomes enlivened. Now what I am telling you, there is nothing to discuss about it. Like electrical energy passes through a bulb and can express as light, we say that bulb is live bulb. And if a bulb cannot express electrical energy as light, then we say it is a fuse or a dead bulb. Now this is just a principle. In the same manner, doesn't matter what body, human beings, animals, plants, bacteria, virus, reptiles, amphibians, mammals, avians, it doesn't matter. Any body which can allow the consciousness to express as mind, that body becomes enlivened. And thereafter, it is the mind which is keeping life in the body. Consciousness is present in the living and the dead body equally. See, electrical energy is present in the live and the fuse bulb equally. We don't believe. Okay. In the live bulb there is electrical energy, you accept? Yes. In the fuse bulb it is not? No. Okay, you put your fingers and see. See? Electrical energy is there. But because of the instrument, the bulb, which is not capable of expressing that electrical energy as light, therefore it appears as if it is not there. But it is unmanifest. In the same manner, consciousness is present in everything and being. Whether living body or dead body, whether stone or the wood. See, when we stand before the mirror, before the wall, we don't see our reflection in the wall. But if some portion of the wall, stone, is polished, and we stand before that, we see our reflection. Now what is the difference? Wall doesn't have the capacity to reflect our face. But the mirror or the polished stone has the capacity to reflect our face. See? In the same manner, consciousness is present everywhere and all the time, in everything living or dead, animate or inanimate. See, when this consciousness expresses through the body, as mind, body becomes enlivened and life begins. Now the next step. Whenever we gather any knowledge, in that knowledge, what happens? For example, this is a remote control. Now, how do we know this object? If my mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, and somebody takes this remote control in front of my eyes, you must have seen some people sleep with the eyes, nose, mouth, everything open. Isn't it? Some people sleep like that. So if you keep this object in front of the eyes of a sleeping person, ask him, what is this? He won't reply. Because mind is non-operating, it is non-functional. So when we gather knowledge about anything in this world, how do we gather knowledge? First, this is a remote control. Step number 1. Step number 2. I know this is a remote control. Step number 3. I am not the remote control. So in this knowledge, 2 components are created. One component is referring to the knower, and the second component is referring to the known. Mind can function only when the knower-known difference is valid. Now, this is the first step in knowledge. Everything is known in this world by the agency of mind in the form of knower and the known. Suppose I know that this is a remote control. This knowledge does not create any problem. See? I know that this is Deepak. No problem. I know that this is a beautiful place. No problem. When the problems begin? When the perception is followed by a series of projection. This is a remote control perception. Projection. It is very good. I should have it. I don't have it. Without this, what is the life? But it is somebody else's. So what? I need it. Therefore, I must take it. Now, this second aspect of the mind, that creates problem. See? This is how people fall in love. They don't rise in love. Isn't it? When people fall in love, what happens? One useless boy goes to a garden because he is unemployed and unemployable. It's not only boys are like that, girls are equally like that. So she also goes to the same garden because useless, good for nothing. When 2 useless people come together, they fall in love. Now what is falling in love? falling in love is, you look at some girl or some boy and you don't stop there. After that, your mind starts projecting. How nice it will be when I am going on my Honda and she'll be sitting behind and I'll go through the streets and the people will say, hey, what a wonderful thing, and all imaginations. Isn't it? And then that imagination makes us so much intensely long for that object that without that object in our possession, we cannot keep quiet. See? Therefore, friends, now what I told you, I'll summarize and then go further. Consciousness has no problems. Matter has no problems. Second, consciousness expresses through any body as mind. The body becomes enlivened. The knowledge that we gather in this world is always through the agency of mind. Now here I'll be talking for about 75 minutes. I will be talking all the 75 minutes sense with full attention and involvement. Don't tell, keep it a secret to yourself. How many minutes you listen to me? See? Even this sentence is not heard. Because you had already gone somewhere. So ear may be open, but unless it is supported by the mind, you cannot hear or listen anything. See? So we gather knowledge only through the agency of mind, and this mind in the process of knowledge creates two aspects, the knower aspect and the known aspect. When the knower is knowing the known, there is no problem. But after knowing, when the knower starts projecting, then all the problems begin. Therefore, we have to now analyze and understand what is the genesis of thought, and what thought we can call as thinking, and what kind of thought we can call as worrying. Both are thoughts. See? So what is that which will differentiate between these two thoughts? So after having come to this point, now let us see how the projection aspect of the mind begins. When the I thought, this I is also a thought, and this remote control is also a thought. Everything is only in thoughts, friends. If you catch this point and practice, even God will fail to make you miserable. It is so simple, it is so straight. See, when I am man, I am woman, I am husband, I am wife, I am rich, I am poor, when this I is dissolved temporarily in deep sleep, the not I, the total world of objective existence, is meaningless. See? So what is the source of every thought? This I. One day, one person came and asked me this question in Bombay. Swamiji, this I am having very funny thoughts and I am very worried and I am so frustrated. Please help me. I said, okay, I'll give you some more data so you can become more frustrated and more disgusted and like that. No, please don't play fool with me. I said, I don't have to play. You are self-sufficient. Continue. I don't know how to talk to you, always make fun of us. We come to you with great respect and never. I said, first of all, clean your eyes, nose, blow it out and come quick, fresh. Swamiji, these days, you know what is happening? I am all the time worried about what will happen to my wife, my children, my business when I die. I don't know. This is worrying me too much. I said, did you ask your business, your wife and your children? No. I said, you go and ask. They will reply. They are waiting. You only imagine. See, I said, my friend, when I is not there, where is a question of my wife? See, my has existence with reference to I. Isn't it? So if I is not there, my wife is not there. If I is not there, my children are not there. If I is not there, my business is not there. If I is not there, there are no problems. See? So if we want to learn and find out the source of thoughts, how the thoughts are created, the genesis of thoughts, we come to the following observation. When we see anything in this world and go ahead, there is no impression formed on the mind. Such a mind is like a mirror. If there is a mirror 1000 years old and we are millionth person passing in front of the mirror, will that mirror say, my God, you are 1 millionth, I am tired of reflecting the people? No. Because mirror can reflect everything but retains nothing. When our mind is taken from the perception standpoint, our mind can know everything but retains nothing. That mind is divine mind. That mind doesn't carry the load of thoughts. See? On the contrary, our mind is what? It is not like a mirror. Then what our mind does? When an object is reflected in the mind, then the mind starts playing with that object's reflection. And what is the play? I don't have this object. First. Second thing, I am incomplete without this object. Third thing, if I get that object, I will be happy. If I don't get that object, I will be miserable. Therefore, by whatever way, I must get that object. This support line of thoughts is the cause of all the miseries in life. See? Now I'll give an example. Now I go for these shopping malls. That is my hobby. I enjoy my life every moment. So I go to these various places. Now when I am going and all that, one day in Australia this happened. There was one lady with me. And she took me, I said, Mama, let us go for shopping. I enjoy. And I go and inquire and I bargain and I talk and I buy nothing. Best way to spend time. So it is a very good way to spend time. So when I went there, and she was, Swamiji, you take so much of interest about texture and quality and import and everything, but you never buy anything. I said, no, I don't want to buy. Then why do you do this? I said, instead of you eating my head, I eat their head. That's it, nothing more than that. Then he said, suppose there is a beautiful necktie. Don't you feel like buying? I said, do you know why neckties are put? Those who want to commit suicide, but they don't have the guts, so they have an imagination. It's a temporary suicide, that's it. That's why they put on necktie. I don't want to die. Now when I know that this particular object called as a necktie has no meaning for me, so that object will never attract my mind, is it not? See? On the contrary, I am a gadget man. I got lots of gadgets. So whenever I go to any shopping mall, new gadgets, electronic gadgets, that attracts my mind. See? Because it is useful. Now the second point. When I look at the object, I award some value called as usefulness to that object. That object is very useful. When I will give my talk, I will record it, and those who want, I can immediately burn the CD and I can give that. But then for that I require this thing, that thing, so I must buy. See? This is how our mind functions, friend. Whenever we have given value to something or somebody, that takes possession of us, and we carry the load of that possession on our mind. If we have given value to somebody or something, it is we who have to devalue. Then only that object will not disturb our mind. But we are not able to do that because we do not know about it, and then we go to the Mahatmas or the Swamis. One lady in Delhi, wife of a retired military officer, brigadier, she came for my talk, and after that she said to me, Swamiji, please bless me. I said, okay, blessed. Till date I don't know what is the meaning of blessing. But I do the bashing. Okay, bless. Then, Swamiji, you please bless me that I stop smoking. She stopped smoking because she was smoking. I said, why should I tell you? You stop smoking. But why don't you tell? I said, I will never tell. I don't know why I said, but I said, I will never tell you. But why? If you tell me once, I promise you I will stop smoking, and I want to stop smoking. I said, I will never tell you, you keep on smoking. When you smoke, you look so nice, as if a steam engine is going. When you smoke, your mouth smells so fragrance that nobody can come near to you. When you smoke, your lungs become powerful, Therefore, you should smoke. When you smoke, you save a lot of money, and therefore, you should smoke. She became so angry. Swamiji, you are sarcastic. I said, I may be whatever it is. Manufacturer's defect, I can do nothing about it. But why you don't want to tell me stop smoking and I will stop? I said, Mama, when you started smoking, that time did you come to me, Swamiji, I am starting smoking, will you please inaugurate? That time you didn't come to me. Why should I tell you? See, you have to decide. Friends, please remember, if we are strong enough within, no thought will disturb you. We get carried away by the thoughts. And that is called as worrying. And what is the reason? The reason is we do not know the original cause. Original cause is we have given importance to something or somebody. So if I have given importance to something or somebody, I have to devalue. See, I'll tell you, long time back, now I have improved. I was awfully obsessed with cleanliness. Cleanliness was the most worst kind of obsession I had. I tell you, to what extent my obsession was. Now I don't put on shoes. So when I used to put on shoes, I will never put on the same laces twice. After the shoe is removed, the laces were washed, dried, ironed, then I used to put. You can imagine the obsession of cleanliness. And I had to stay somewhere, and there it was so dirt all around. And I am not allowed to touch anything to clean. And that kept me disturbing, not for a day or two, 6 months, non-stop. The moment I sit for meditation, the thought will come. See, I just want to clean it. They say cleanliness is next to godliness, but they don't allow me. I don't know why. But what is wrong? I am not asking for money, but I can do nothing. Keep quiet. Again, I just want to clean it. Cleanliness is next to godliness, but they don't allow me to do. I don't know why, but what can I do? Again, I just want to clean it. Continuously on and on and on and on. 6 months I suffered. And one day, by the God's grace, it clicked. I said, hey, what for I am in this world? To clean or to be happy? That moment onwards, I had dropped the obsession for cleanliness. I was the same, the dirt and dust was the same, everything was same, but now I was happy. See, if we have given undue importance to anything in this world, that giving undue importance to anything in this world, and importance could be positive or negative. Positive importance is attachment, and negative attachment or negative importance is hatred. That mind which carries the load of attachment or hatred is impossible to be thought-free. So that to which what we are attached, our mind will go on thinking, and we want more and more and more, because without that life is nothing. Otherwise, what is the reason a young man wants to get married? See, he is so happy, healthy, enjoying his life, and one day suddenly he starts thinking, for no reason. Why? What is a life without a wife? Enough. Once that virus has entered, it will multiply. And he starts thinking, and then finally he gets caught up. And after a long association of 1 week, he starts again thinking, what a life because of the wife. Both are thoughts. See, friends, when we understand the genesis of thought, that first, I imagine I am incomplete without A, B, C, D, Z. This is only imagination. Now, if I have imagined, I have to de-imagine. Nobody can do it for me. This is how your garage sale, boot sales are conducted, isn't it? You go on collecting the things, this is required, that is required, and then there is no place, then you want to have additional room. For what? For the store, nothing else, not for the living being. And then you don't want it, then you have the open garage sale, and so that the same thing which we have bought with great attraction, we sell it off. Why? Value is gone. Therefore, friends, first, a sense of incompleteness. Second, giving value to the worldly things and beings. Third, imagining that the source of this incompleteness and unhappiness is because I don't have that object. Next, that object is the source of happiness. Next, therefore, I must want that object, and therefore, I will keep on thinking, contemplating how I can have that object. And you all must have experienced this. When your children, grandchildren, they want those, these days, electronic games. You buy them, and by the time you are coming home, They are busy in the car. They don't want to talk to you and all that. By the time they come home, they have played sufficiently. It goes into the garbage. New game they want. Friends, human mind can never be attracted toward the same object for a long period of time. This is how the thoughts are born. Now when this sense of incompleteness is discarded, how the sense of incompleteness is discarded? In deep sleep. Now this is another very important observation. In deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. Now, I is other than the table. I am other than you. But in deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. There is an experience of homogeneous existence without a sense of otherness. And when there is no sense of otherness, there cannot be thoughts. Just observe this. Thoughts are always about something which is other than the self. To understand this, do this experiment. Look at the wall behind me. Now, look at my beautiful face. It is beautiful. Now, with your same eyes with which you have looked at the wall and my face, now look at your own eyes. Try. Eyes can see everything else other than themselves. Mind cannot think about itself. That is what we call, when we become aware about anger, anger goes away. When you become aware about your desire, desire goes away. See, what is required is this living in awareness. And therefore, friends, when we do not know this, what happens? We start worrying. Now, let us come to the mind and try to get out of the mind. Mind cannot survive without past, present, and future. Like our gross body, unless it is given food, it cannot survive. Unless we have breathing, our life cannot be maintained in the body. In the same manner, what is that which is the food for the mind? So mind has these three types of foods. One type of food is ruminating over the past memories. First diet for the mind. Second diet is solving the non-existing problems of the future, called as worry. I don't know what is going to happen after some time, this is happening. If you do not know, be happy. No, we keep on worrying. And we try to solve the problems which are not there. See, in Bombay, one night, 2 o'clock, a young couple got up, started fighting with each other. And the neighbors came together. India is a very social country, People are interested in somebody else's problem. This is how they get away from their problem. So, all the neighbors came. Hey, why are you fighting at night 2 o'clock like this thing? No, we are fighting on a big issue. What is that? whether we are going to name our son like this or daughter like this. So all the elders, they say, hey, congratulations, so a new member is coming to your family. No, we are not yet conceived. Then why are you fighting? What should be the name of that unborn child? We do this. Trying to name the unborn child is called as worrying. Worry is always about the future. Memories are always about the past. These are the two diets on which the mind survives. And the third diet for the mind is comparison in the present. You drop these three. Either think or worry. The truth is neither think nor worry. See? Now when we start working on this principle, either think or worry, now let us try to understand the meaning of thinking and worrying. Our mind has got two types of thoughts. One type of thought is called as the unhealthy thoughts. And second type of thoughts are called as the healthy thoughts. It is something like, some bacteria enters our system. So it is the foreign material which has gone. That will create a disease. Then what we do? We take medicine. Now medicine is also a foreign material. But the first foreign material is attacked by the second foreign material and both of them are thrown out of the body. So that foreign material which is killing the first foreign material is called as medicine. In the same manner, both are thoughts. But one type of thought which breeds the second generation of thoughts is called as worrying. And that thought which annihilates the process of thinking is called as real thinking. Now take an example to understand this. We are going to that place. I don't know what is going to happen. These days they say there is a lot of crime, and if we go there, if something happens, this is worrying. What is thinking? We have to go there. These are the problems. These are the possible solutions. We make arrangements and go. See the difference? Worrying does not deliver solutions. Thinking does. Worrying is the negative, destructive force in our system. Thinking is a creative and a positive force in our life. See? Now see worrying and thinking. This is an object. Good. Now, I want this object. Desire. Desire is a thought. I want this object. What will be the next step? How to get that object? Where it is available? What is the cost? How can I arrange for the money? That means this thought, I want this object, has generated a series of subsequent thoughts, is it not? Now, second thing, this is an object. Good. Over. The second generation of thoughts is not created. See? So whenever we interact with the world, we have to become more and more aware that are we giving a value of utility and importance to anything in this world. And if we are giving value and importance to the world, it is we who have to devalue. Nobody can do it for us. So converting the worries into thinking is the spiritual process. See? Now all of us are worried about something or somebody. See? And how it started, we only start. Nobody started it. I only start imagining. I think there should be a nice school in this area. There is not a good school. And in that school, there should be horse riding, donkey riding, and there should be swimming pool and drowning pool, and there should be this thing and that thing, and there should be money, and it is not available, and therefore I should raise funds. There should be a fundraiser. Why do you start it? See? Therefore, the worrying begins with the primary thought of I want something. There was a person who went to a great master and said, "Sir, I want peace. I want peace. I am shattered completely." So the master said, "Please talk slowly. I don't understand when you talk fast. Okay? Again say slowly." He said, "Sir, yes, I want peace." The master said, "My dear, remove the I and the want. What remains? Peace." See? This want, desire. And desires can never be fulfilled. Because one desire is fulfilled, you want a second desire. So when, suppose it's raining heavily and you are sitting inside your quilt. Now, what a nice weather, it's a good cup of tea comes, how nice it will be. Is there anybody in the house who can think of making a good cup of tea for me? Yes, Swamiji, of course. Then a cup of tea comes. I thought tea will be accompanied with something hot and nice, Then garam pakoda, garam something nice, Suppose you get the potato pakoras, don't you have green chilies? There is no end to that, friends. One desire breeds the next desire. And therefore, it is said, our Mahatma Gandhi said this thing. This whole world is sufficient for the need of everyone on the planet. But the whole world is not enough for the greed of one person. See? We all worry only because of this greediness. I want more and more and more and more. For what? And how long? Somewhere here only, I don't remember which town, about 4 or 5 years back when I came, one Gujarati person took me to his house. And he said, "Swamiji, this is my house, a big mansion." And he said, "There are 11 bedrooms. And we have to take care and all that. And Swamiji, why I have built this big house?" I said, "I don't know. I have got 5-7 children, so for everybody one room, and I have made a huge thing so that all of us can stay together, and therefore I did. But now nobody comes and stays here, and I and my wife are only cleaning the rooms. Swamiji, why this? I don't know what I should do." So I said, "Look here, I've been calling you Mama and Daddy and Papa, so I want to relieve you of your problem. You give me the whole bungalow and relax." First problem, earning money. Second problem, keeping the money away from the income tax. Isn't it? That is why we employ the CA, isn't it? Do you know these chartered accountants? Chartered accountants are those who do not know how to earn the money, but they know how to misappropriate somebody else's earning. And on that they survive, isn't it? Therefore, if we just become aware of all this phenomena that is happening in life, we will see that worrying is invited trouble. We don't have to worry unnecessarily. What is going to happen to this world? Have you created the world? No. Why you worry? See? We have to be very clear what is the authority of our functioning. Function within that authority and relax. Can you imagine a picture of Hercules with a smile on the face? The one who is carrying the globe on his head can never smile, isn't it? Because the load is taking away all the joy of his life. You also must have done or seen sometime when you are carrying something, your suitcases, etc. on the airport and here and there, and then, wait a minute. So we all have learned only relative happiness, relative freedom from worrying, not absolute freedom. And what is the relative freedom from worrying? In the waking world, we are constantly worrying, frustrated, angry, wanting to achieve this, that, get tired, worked out, disgusted, frustrated, and then you go to sleep. I had a good sleep. Now what? Again start worrying. And again we worry up to a limit. We get tired, again we drop everything, again go to sleep. And this is how slowly we have developed a faculty that we cannot live without worrying. See, in one family I went in India, the children asked me to tell their parents, their mother, and the children were small. The youngest child was a grandfather and he was 65 years of age. And the mother was 95, not out. And 3 sons. So all 3 of them told Swamiji, please tell mom she's unnecessarily worried, we don't know how to help her, because she's worried about my children, my grandchildren, his marriage, that marriage unnecessarily, and we tell her, don't worry mama, relax, enjoy, you have got everything in life. Why are you worried? So you please tell her. So I went to her. I said, Mama, there is a complaint against you. You unnecessarily worry. Stop worrying and be happy. Okay? She looked at me very coolly. Swamiji, you tell me. Yes. Other than worrying, I cannot do anything else. And if that also I will not do, then what will I do? Therefore I keep on worrying. Friends, worrying becomes a disease afterwards. And as long as we are constantly worrying, trying to solve the non-existing problems, getting into somebody else's shoes, we have no business to worry about others. The most important thing in our life is freedom from worries, and that can attain only if you start thinking in a proper manner. See, one day one person asked me this question. We were going to a shrine of a holy person who has taken a samadhi, that place. So he asked me, Swamiji, I want to do some social work. Please tell me what I should do. So I told him, be happy. He says, Swamiji, what is this? Anything we ask you, you say only be happy. My being happy, how it can be a social work? I said, if you are happy, there will be one less miserable person coming to me. That is the highest contribution. Isn't it? No, 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 tell me something. I said afterwards, let us go and offer our prayers. So we finish our prayers and everything. When we are coming out, on that wall, it was the same thing which was written. I had gone for the first time. I never knew what is that place. It was written there. To be happy is the highest worship of God and social service. Then I took him with his neck in my hand. Come. Social service, and his head I hit on the. This is social service. Friends, please remember, do not take this lightly, that being happy is less contribution. In this world, what is wanting is only happy people, happy folks. Don't you like to go and spend some time with some happy person? If you like a happy person, what a joy it will be if you are happy. Therefore, a happy person alone can attain freedom from worries. And the more we worry, the strong is our ego. Because what is worry and ego? The egoist person worries about the whole world as if he is the Hercules carrying the load of the world. Why you worry? You do your best and relax. Worries do not deliver any solution to any problems. On the contrary, when you start thinking in a creative, in a proper manner, you remain cool and then you transcend the thoughts. When you transcend the thoughts, you are happy. In deep sleep, we have zero level thoughts. What is our experience? Can anybody say that I have been sleeping for 8 hours and I am damn tired, now I just want to relax? No. After 8 hours of sleep, how fresh we are. Because 8 hours we were solid happy. And what is the reason of happy? Because we were not carrying the load of any thought. Freedom from thought is real happiness. And to get that happiness, we take the drinks and all that, so that our thinking is ironed out for the time being. And when that chemical goes out of our system, again all, the thoughts start bubbling out and again we are miserable. Therefore, friends, when you start playing with your mind, try how beautiful it is. The other day, one boy asked me, I went to their house, Swamiji, come and see, we are seeing the cartoons. Don't you like? I said, I like. But I have never seen cartoons. I said, I don't see the TV cartoons. The whole world is a TV show for me. People are worried for no reason. What better cartoon you want than this? We create the problems and we are worried. Isn't it? Therefore, friends, again and again we have to remind ourselves that let us find out, are we worrying or we are thinking? Thinking is a creative approach to the problem so that we are free from the thought process. Worrying is a negative approach to the problem wherein we go on deepening and deepening into our own abyss of wrong thinking. And when we have decided, now from here onward no more worrying, then whatever is to be done, you do, you think, plan and relax. You know what happens as a result of this? You start living in the present. When we start living in the present, we start being creative and being happy. See? extension of the present for a longer period is a technique by which we can discover freedom from thoughts. Our mind cannot keep us quiet for 1 second. Inside, it is not one, it's a poultry farm. So when we keep on talking to ourselves and others don't hear, we call ourselves, Swamiji, I am very sentimental. And when we start talking to ourselves and others also hear, then people call us mental. Isn't it? And these are only the thoughts, nothing else. Therefore, friends, whether it is thinking or it is worrying, worrying is the negative force, destroys our energy. Thinking is a positive force which will keep us in the present, and we will be available to perform our best. And therefore, the most important thing that we will try to learn in our camp, we are having some retreat. In the retreat, we will see how we can maintain ourselves in the present for a longer period of time through a process of proper thinking and understanding, not by worrying how to do that. And when you learn that process slowly, slowly, you will be free from all the worries and you will start living in the utter present. And you know the beauty of life? We have no choice but to live in the present. I cannot live yesterday. I cannot live tomorrow. But then I am not less. Then what do? I bring the yesterday into today and destroy today. Or I go on worrying about tomorrow and destroy today. So instead of being a creative force in the today, we are destroying our today. See? There was a man, he had a cook. And we were taking food in his house. And that day it so happened, the cook, he added the masala in a wrong proportion and it became not good food. So I said, anyway, you do one thing now, you mix this with this, the average will be all right, and eat. But he became very angry with the cook. When you know that Swamiji is coming, why you have prepared a I said, see, I am not unhappy, why you are unhappy? Now eat what is there and enjoy. He destroyed his mood and everything, but I enjoyed my food. I never become miserable for anybody in this world. My principles are very simple. Those who become miserable because of anybody or anything, they are fools of the highest order. Don't become miserable because of anybody. So, next day, that cook has prepared really good food. So I said, Mahatmaji, now enjoy, very good food. Again he became angry with the same cook. When you know how to cook so well, why you did not do it yesterday? Hare Ram. Isn't it? This is how we destroy our present, by all the time bringing the past. This is one of the most effective, creative, spiritual practice. Learn to live more and more in the present. When we start living in the present, there is no pull of the past. And then you can function fully. Similarly, when we are committed to live in the present, not unnecessarily worrying about the future, plan about the future in the present and start living in the present, not worrying about the future. When these two things are done, you are fully available in the present. complete availability in the present is called as knowledge, is called as wisdom, is called as love, is called as God. See? And when we thus start remaining in the present longer and longer period of time, we start functioning at intuitive level of existence. No more a mechanical lifestyle. And what is the intuitive level of existence? We live with spontaneity and beyond the scope of cause and effect. And such a person always outwits his own earlier performance because there are no hang-ups. And that is why this worrying and the thinking, when it is properly understood, their genesis, their plus points, their minus points, all of them are put together. We are bound to revert back to the absolute present. Now just imagine, you are the only one in the whole universe. Then you are a man or a woman. You are human being or animal. You are rich or poor. You are tall or short. You are fat or thin. There is no comparison. Then you are. In the same manner, when we are living in the utter present, we are the divine presence. But the moment we bring the past and the future, individualities are created. Then good and bad, young and old, everything, the world of relativity is created, and in this relative world you can never be absolutely happy. Therefore, friends, when we understand this mechanics of thinking, when we understand the genesis of thoughts, when we understand the difference between the worrying and the thinking, when we understand thinking is the creative force, worrying is the destructive force, then alone we can ultimately get freedom from the thoughts. And living without the load of the thoughts is living in communion with the divine presence. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi